12 Best Animated Movies of 2025, so far. Everyone say it together now, animation is a medium, not a genre. Because the biggest and most seen animated movies typically comes from the likes of Disney, Pixar, Illumination Entertainment, and DreamWorks Animation. There's always a short-sighted perspective among the general public that all animated movies are for kids. But that's simply not true. In fact, people who generally avoid animated movies because of that are missing on some truly incredible filmmaking, and that rings true among the best animated movies of this year. While our lineup of the best animated movies of 2025, so far, does include some animated movies that are perfect for the whole family, this list also includes animated movies that are rather explicitly for adults, whether because of vulgar humor or graphic violence. There's an outstanding array of films with a variety of stories to tell. Here's our list of the best animated movies of 2025. 100 meters. Sports stories are always best in animation, as we've seen in movies like The First Slam Dunk and shows like Haikyuu and Hajime no Ippo. This is to say it isn't surprising that 100 meters has the best visual representation of the thrill, the adrenaline, the joy, and also the potential horror of track running. The story follows two men from middle school to adult life as they become track rivals for life, going through many trials and tribulations along the way. Based on the manga of the same name, by Orb, on the movements of the Earth author Woto, 100 meters is a fantastic exploration of what drives an athlete, about the meaning that can be found in devoting oneself to athletic excellence, but also the lowest lows that can come from failure. Director Kenji Iwaisawa takes the same expressionistic approach from his stunning indie film Ongaku, Our Sound, to this story, letting the visuals dictate the storytelling in order to best capture the feeling of being the fastest human. The movie plays around with perspective, with the level of detail in the drawings, with the art style and even reality itself in order to best express the viewpoint of its protagonists. Few animated movies, let alone sports movies, have looked this good. Rafael Motomaya. Arco. Some of the best movies out there are able to thoroughly alter the way you view the world, to the point that they make you associate certain real-world visuals with the movie for life. Hugo Bienvenu's French animated gem Arco is such a film, and you'll never see rainbows the same way after witnessing it. Vibrant in color and style both, Arco is a description of not just one but two futures. The less magnificent but far more easily imaginable one takes us to the year 2075. Here lives the 10-year-old Iris, Margot Ringard-Aldra, whose closest parental figure is a hologram projecting machine and who lives in a world ravaged by climate change weather patterns that are kept, barely, in check with technological marvels that seem like natural escalations of the tech we have today. Fortunately, the future of this future seems considerably brighter. Iris encounters Arco, Oscar Tresanini, a fellow kid from the utopian year 3000, when people visit other eras masquerading as rainbows. They are not meddling, but they are looking for areas of improvement from the mistakes of the past, and 2075 has mistakes to spare. However, the more immediate problem is that Arco is rainbow traveling without permission, and has accidentally crash-landed in Iris time in conditions that are incredibly difficult to replicate. Arco is the kind of movie that complements its feast for the eyes with plenty of food for thought. Despite its heavy subject matter, it contains a wealth of heartwarming moments, and its key theme is that of hope. Arco is a metaphor for the best thing that could happen, Bienvenu told the Festival de Cannes website. If the delivery of that message was the filmmaker's mission, consider it accomplished. Paulie Poizuo. The Bad Guys 2. When The Bad Guys came out in 2022, it was a fun spin on your average kids movie. The heist vibes were well balanced with a family-friendly story that kept everyone laughing. The only problem? The first film's Ocean's 11-esque story ended on what felt like too much of a good note. Mr. Wolf and the gang turned over a new leaf, accepted their consequences, took down the real baddie, and ended with a bright future ahead of them. How do you pick up a story from there and actually make it good? The answer came in 2025 in the form of The Bad Guys 2. The movie doesn't try to reinvent the wheel. We already know who these antihero animated characters are. They have dark pasts. They slip up often. but they want to be good guys now. The sequel steers into that skid hard. It also has a pleasantly deep narrative element that explores the drudgery and challenge of walking the straight and narrow after a happily ever after conversion from evil to good. From maintaining the family-friendly tone to carrying on the story with conviction to not pulling punches when it comes to the challenges of long-term redemption, this one sticks the landing. Add in the fact that it stands out even as a sequel, and it had to make the list of best animated movies of the year. Jaren Pak, The Colors Within. Naoko Yamada, a silent voice, has rewired expectations surrounding coming-of-age dramas with her vibrant, dreamy The Colors Within, which uses striking 2D animation to etch a vivid world. The slice-of-life aspect of the story is allowed to unfold at a languid pace, allowing teenagers Totsuko, Kimi, and Rui to develop organic bonds while they deal with mundanities at school. This is a film about teenage hopes and dreams, which manifest in unstated daily moments, such as the trio forming a rock band inside an empty building, or verbalizing their doubts about faith. Nothing feels forced or melodramatic, as all three protagonists take a more reflective route to navigate societal expectations while embracing who they truly want to be.